What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And I saw a rumor on the internet and I thought it was kind of interesting. The Cavaliers have been in talks with the 76ers about Markelle Fultz. And honestly, I think this is a good trade for both sides. I really do. I think I'm sure the Sixers think with the number one pick, former number one pick overall, that they should be able to get something really good for him. But I guess around the league, Markelle Fultz value is just down. It's just no one really values Markelle Fultz at this point in his career, and that's just because there's just a weird, I don't know what happened to Markelle Fultz. He forgot how to shoot. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what happened to him, but obviously his value is down because of that reason. So maybe the 76ers can't get much for him, and this trade is kind of bizarre for a former overall number one pick, just like 2 years removed. I think it is very bizarre, so I guess we'll just make this trade and we'll see how it goes. So, honestly, like I said, I think obviously this Kyle Korver would be part of this trade, and I think a guy like J.R. Smith would be part of this trade. And I think this is a very good trade for the Sixers just because, they had Marco Bellinelli and Larry Ersan Ilyasova, who did really good for him in that little span that they were there just for half the season. But obviously, we're going to have to meet the salaries match somehow. So I don't know what they want to give me. If they want to give me possibly I don't know what could they give me. JJ Redick, nah. Well, they could give me Wilson Chandler. They could do that trade, but I don't know if they would do that because that kind of they don't really have. So maybe we just do Kyle Korver, Markelle Fultz. I really do want to give them J.R. Smith as well, just because I think it makes sense for the Sixers to get both of them. Mike Muscala possibly in the trade, and then you give me not J.R. Smith, but maybe Jonah Bolden. Is that going to make the trade fair? Wilson Chandler. I guess the Wilson Chandler deal is the only thing I can think of right now. Maybe they could think of something better, but obviously these two straight up for Markelle Fultz and Wilson Chandler. It's kind of bizarre. It's kind of bizarre that I'm not even sure the Sixers would totally do this because Markelle Fultz, there's still some potential there. And if I'm the Sixers, or if I'm the Cavaliers, I'm not giving up 2 first-round picks. That is not happening. So maybe at least you trade, or not even 2 first-round picks, a first-round pick in general. Maybe you just trade 2 second-rounders. I don't know. But this is a bizarre thing that's happened in Markelle Fultz's career. But Sixers get some shooting off the bench, and we get Markelle Fultz, who should be a beast. But you know what I'm going to do with Markelle Fultz? I'm going to send him to the Canton Carnage for this season, and hopefully he progresses down there really well. Not sure how well he'll do with the simulation now that he's a 74 overall. Obviously, he'd probably progress pretty well. But there is a silver lining with the Cavaliers, which I just do not like this team's how it's built. George Hill has his team option finally. Wilson Chandler, Colin Sexton still here, Chetty Osman, Larry Nance. So, I really like how this team, we got some nice young pieces, but really want to make sure that this team is built for the future. So we got Colin Sexton starting, which is what I love. We got Jordan Clarkson at the shooting guard, Wilson Chandler the small forward, Kevin Love at the power forward, Tristan Thompson in the center, George Hill off the bench, Chetty Osman, Larry Nance, and Andrew Harrison. And I am absolutely game for this rotation. Obviously, we're not going to be very good this first season. Tank for Zion is what I like to say. So let's go ahead and simulate to the end of the season with Markelle Fultz now on the roster, and he will be a big part of the future. So for this first season, I'm actually disappointed, big time. We made the playoffs. And Kevin Love was a big reason for that. Colin Sexton had a nice rookie season as well. Clarkson did as well. So Clarkson and Colin Sexton, obviously nice, a little backcourt. George Hill will be cut this offseason, and then Rodney Hood will probably let him walk as well, as we'll be getting Markelle Fultz back. Unless if he doesn't want much money, then Chetty Osman, did his thing. Andrew Harrison, Tristan Thompson. Yeah. So let's just see how the G League stats went as well. If we could do that for 1 second. Season awards, team records. By the way, where is stats? Season stats. Playoff stats. Season stats. Player stats. Obviously, we really can't see G League, so never mind. G League is somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But we're facing Toronto Raptors. This is obviously a sweep in the first round. Not too worried about this playoff series. Obviously, we really can't do much at all. 3-0. And just like that, we're going to get swept. So, kind of expected that. Not really shocked at all. I didn't even really want to make the playoffs. I wanted to tank for Zion or something along the lines of that. But it's all good. It's okay. We got Markelle Fultz coming back from the G League. So we'll see what we're going to do with this team. I don't know if I should keep Kevin Love or trade him away. I might end up trading him. I was thinking about trading him at the trade deadline so we can embrace the tank a little bit more, but I decided against it, and now I'm kind of regretting my decision. But the Boston Celtics, for once, make the finals, which is shocking here on 2K. Write that in your, comic books or notebooks or whatever you want to say. I don't know why I said comic books, but write that in your notebook, because that is a huge day for the Boston Celtics. They are absolutely disrespected on this game. But we don't even have our pick. The Hawks have it. So, okay. Why do the Hawks have the Cavaliers pick? I have no idea. But Larry Drew, I'm just going to go ahead and keep him there. I don't mind him staying. I honestly think he might be just the head coach going forward for this team. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But Tristan Thompson, after this season, his contract is going to go down. So I'm not sure if I just keep him around for now or I trade him away. We'll see. But I was really hoping that he would go away. But, or his, whatever. You know what I mean. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to worry about his re-signing. But George Hill, obviously going to go ahead and renounce him. But let's go worry about, we don't even have a pick, so I guess we don't even have to worry about the draft. Rookie signing, I guess we could have possibly traded in for Kevin Love, but we're going to decline George Hill's team option, of course. Qualifying offer, Sam Decker. I'm not really interested in bringing you back, although I think you've had some decent games with the Cavaliers. But Kevin Love, 28 mil on the season. What could we get for Kevin Love, possibly? E.J. Montgomery and Zaire Smith, Thon Maker, Jabari Parker, Gordon Hayward, Danilo Gallinari, Marcus Gasol, Malik Monk, Rudy Gobert, Buddy Hield, Brandon Ingram. I just don't like Brandon Ingram in the simulations on this game. I really don't. Serge Ibaka, T.J. Warren, Steven Adams, Jeff Teague, Yusuf Nurkic, and Otto Porter. So you know what? For that, I might as well just keep him. And then we'll have about 11 million cap space. So not too bad. Not too horrible. We have Markelle Fultz, Colin Sexton. I don't know if I want to have Markelle Fultz start at the shooting guard spot this season, which I kind of do. So Markelle Fultz is going to start at the guard spot with Colin Sexton in the backcourt, which should be an interesting young backcourt. Clarkson is going to come off the bench this season. Chetty Osman as small forward, and Kevin Love, and then Tristan Thompson and Larry Nance have the center spot. Tristan Thompson, I just don't know, man. I might end up trading Tristan Thompson just so I can get a little bit more cap space here. So Tristan Thompson, as much as I kind of want to keep you just because your contract is super cheap after the season, I could see the Clippers potentially grabbing Tristan Thompson from us just because they need a starting center anyway. So Kevin Love is basically going to be the cornerstone. I might end up trading him at the trade deadline. I don't know, but we'll see. And then now I have 30 million cap space, so max salary slot if we really wanted to. So you have a backup shooting guard, a backup center, so we could use a starting small forward unless I really wanted to start Chetty Osman, which I don't. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Chris Middleton, Tobias Harris, Julius Randle, Paul Millsap, Mirotic, Derek Favors, Rudy Gay, JJ Redick, Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what? I really like the idea of getting Tobias Harris and starting him at the 3. I really do. If we could do that, I will do that. So Tobias Harris, 4-year. I will give you $87.50 mil, 4-year contract, even give you a player option after the season. I would really like you to start our small forward spot like you used to back in the Orlando Magic days. You could still start the power forward, but I have Kevin Love there, so there's no reason for that. 3-and-D kind of guy. Actually, his defense isn't that good, so never mind. And then centers, we don't need to worry about centers. Backup point guard we could use, though, and I don't know who we want, but maybe a guy like Collison off the bench wouldn't be too terrible. Quinn Cook would be nice. He used to actually play for the Cavaliers. McConnell, Shelvin Mack, Corey Joseph, Jerian Grant. I'll take him for 2 seasons off the bench. That's not too bad as well. Tobias Harris and Jerian Grant, welcome to the team. A quick little turnaround signing. I like these 2 signings here, and we get both of them. So Jerian Grant's going to back up Colin Sexton off the bench, and then Tobias Harris is going to start the small forward spot for us, and he goes up to an 87 overall. So really like that. Sexton, Grant, Markelle Fultz, Clarkson, Harris, Chetty Osman. I really think we have our 9-man rotation set. I still have 7 million cap space to work with after the season, so I really like how we did this offseason. I think this team just got a bit better. We got Tobias Harris now, who is 27 years old. We got Kevin Love, who is 30. So we kind of have a veteran presence with our young backcourt. Kind of, staying competitive while rebuilding, which is, I think, what Dan Gilbert wanted to do anyway, who I think is the Cavs GM nowadays. Or is he the owner? I don't know. But I don't really pay attention to Cavaliers like that. But I really like how this team is looking. I think we are pretty set for the future, hopefully, anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate to next season. Really like how this team's looking. Hopefully, we can make the playoffs once again, and then we can make the team even better after the season. Hopefully, we should be able to do that. 2020 draft now because we got Zion already in the league. So I'll see you guys at the end of next season. At the trade deadline, our center spot is just really bad, and I decided to move Tobias Harris back to the 4, and Kevin Love is going to be shipped out of here for Rudy Gobert, going to save us a little bit more money. I think Kevin Love, yeah, like I said, his contract goes up a little bit after this season. Rudy Gobert, up $2 million, but we will be paying a little bit less. And I like Jalen Grant as our backup point guard, so if I could get, if I'm gonna go ahead and trade Jalen Grant to you, you could give me Tyler Ulis at least or something like that. And whoa, I need to turn trade. I need to turn that off. But they want to give me Mike Muscala. That's fine. I'll do that. Let me turn trade override off, and then we'll go ahead and make that trade go through. But just like that, and then trade override off. Let's do that. So now when we look at the rotation, we should be a little bit more set. We got Markelle Fultz, Colin Sexton, Cedi Osman, Tobias Harris, Rudy Gobert, Clarkson, Ulis, and then let's go ahead and just move Gerald Green back in the rotation or something like that. We'll do that, and then Zizic will be escorted out of here. So we got Larry Nance, Gerald Green, Tyler Ulis, Clarkson all off the bench. So, I mean, not much is going to change. We're just going to have a nice defensive guy and rebounder next season. We're kind of bad right now, so I'm going to go ahead and probably just skip to the offseason after this because there's no point in showing you guys the playoffs just because we're probably not going to make it with the record we have now. But the draft should be interesting, that's for sure. All right, so we're in the final offseason, so it's time to make this team a lot better if we can. It's time to make the playoffs one last time and then win a championship, hopefully. So let's do it. Draft lottery, we should have a nice lottery pick to us this season. We could get the 6th pick, hopefully land in top 5. Oh, wait, we got the 6th pick. What am I talking about? Larry Drew. I'm going to go ahead and fire you, give myself the best chance to make the playoffs. Jacob Underwood. He's got a nice rating to him, so I'll just go ahead and sign him if he decides to come over here, which he does. And for the NBA draft, you have the 6th pick. And the 6th pick, what do we do with the 6th pick? What do we do with it? So, Cedi Osman has been resigned. Jordan Clarkson is still here. Tyler Ulis. Nice backup point guard. Larry Nance. Could use a starting small forward, I think. So what about if we got traded Cedi Osman in the 6th pick? What could we get for that? Tim Hardaway Jr., Aaron Gordon, Will Barton, Blake Griffin. We already have to buy it. Well, we could move Blake Griffin to the power forward, and then Tobias Harris to the 3, and then we have wow, that is interesting. You know what, guys? I haven't gotten Blake Griffin in a rebuild in I don't know how long. It has been forever. So you know what? Just for the fun of it, just for this, stacked starting 5, I'm going to do it. And then hopefully this increases our chance to make the playoffs and obviously win a championship. So just like that, we'll move Tobias Harris back to the small forward spot. And then Blake Griffin will run the power forward. And then Rudy Gobert at the center. So, and Markelle Fultz and Colin Sexton will still start. We still have a bench, which is awesome. So we skip over the rookie signing now. We probably have no cap space left. Rashard Perry or Robert Perry or whatever that was. Markelle Fultz, Colin Sexton, Ante Zizic is still here. So that's cool. And then qualifying offers. Trayvon Grant. Don't really want to bring any of you guys back. So you guys can walk. And just like that, I think we have a nice starting 5, honestly. So go ahead and renounce all these people. And that's not going to give us as much cap space because, it's kind of all going to Blake Griffin now. But, go big or go home in this last season. So we got Colin Sexton, Tyler Ulis, Markelle Fultz, Clarkson, Tobias Harris, Blake Griffin, Rudy Gobert, Zizic, and Larry Nance. So we don't need both Zizic and Larry Nance. I can move one of them. I don't know who would. What do I need a backup for? Let's need a backup small forward, so I need a backup forward basically. So Zizic, I'm going to go ahead and trade you for a backup forward, which Cephalosha could have been fine, but I'm going to go ahead and see. I'm getting all these centers, which power forward, Chisme Metu. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to probably go ahead and just grab you. So welcome to the team. Me too, or however you say it. But just like that, I think this offseason is over with. I think we have a really nice team, hopefully, that's going to go far. Blake Griffin, Rudy Gobert in the front court with Tobias Harris starting at the 3. Really like our chances. I think this team is quite stacked, and I think we should be able to make the playoffs at ease. I don't think we should have a hard time. Hopefully we don't. The spacing on the floor isn't going to be that great, but you know what? We have the overall to support the team. So hopefully 2K is nice enough to let me make the playoffs. At least let me make the playoffs, and maybe even in the second round. Hopefully we'll just see how it goes. 2K be on some BS sometimes, so you never know. With this game, let's go ahead and just give Markelle Fultz some potential, even though he already has a lot. So 87 overall, Markelle Fultz, 83 Colin Sexton. This starting 5 is really good. So we got Colin Sexton, Markelle Fultz, Tobias Harris, Blake Griffin, Rudy Gobert, Clarkson, Metu, Ulis, Larry Nance, all off the bench. So this is going to be a really good team, I think. Hopefully, anyway, I'm going to turn trades off, simulate to the end of the season, and hope for a nice playoff berth. And at the end of this season, James Harden wins MVP. Vernon Carney Jr. wins Rookie of the Carey, not Carney. And then Schroeder, 6-man. Kawhi, Defensive Player. Trae Young, Most Improved with 25-point season. Dave Yeager, Coach of the Year. Definitely a nice season. We went 47-35, so hopefully we can at least make it to the second round. But here are the final player stats for this team. 18 points, 17 points, 16, 15. Nobody really led the way. Clarkson could have easily won 6-man if Schroeder didn't have a better season. But let's go ahead and see if we can beat the New York Knicks in the first round. We're going to simulate current round. They're up 1-0 to start the series. They're up 2-0. Can we come back? We're fighting 2-1, 3-1. How do the Knicks look nowadays? They have Porzingis, Zion Williamson is who I wanted. They got Serge Ibaka as well, man. Okay, we're down 3-1, but some reason, somehow, I think we can have that inner LeBron in us and go them down from 3-1 like he did against the Warriors and beat them, which is not going to happen here. So 107-118. Guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the video because I only allow myself to do 3 seasons, which I thought I built a pretty good team. Blake Griffin, Rudy Gobert, Tobias Harris. But Markelle Fultz on the Cavaliers, what do you guys think about that? Do you think Colin Sexton and Fultz could start together in the backcourt, or do you think that is a recipe for disaster? Let me know down in the comment section below. And, of course, definitely leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already. But this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.